Hello all. We are heading into our opposite team of the Bretonians we're playing. This is them after their careers have ended. So let's have a quick look at his team first. Oh, another Russian player we're playing against. I assume this is pretty standard. 4 Hobgoblins. Oh, not super standard. Only 1 Bull Centaur. No Apo and 4 rerolls. Okay, I'm confused by that. I don't know if that's a... Pretty sure that 4 rerolls anything is not a standard take. I guess they are planning on taking 4 and they're getting it out of the way. Either way, that is fine. So our team, our Brets are obviously called in life honor, and our vampires are going to be in death, Malice. And it's all the same players, but they're undead counterparts or thrall counterparts. I guess these guys maybe continue to serve the team in whatever thrall is. I guess they're kind of alive. Not 100% sure how thralls are supposed to work. They may sort of be teetering. I believe they may be supposed to be alive, but on the brink of death. But yeah, one more quick look. Vampires only have 2 positions, vampire or thrall. I did wonder about taking an extra thrall and leaving the Apo for now, but if your vampires die, that's quite costly to replace. So between regen and Apo, fingers crossed they hang around a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to know. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We've almost got enough that we could have afforded the babe if we had wanted to put the money in, but we don't, because we do want to buy probably another thrall next. I believe from what I've heard, 4 rerolls is actually pretty regular on vampires because of the need to reroll Bloodlust. But let's see how this goes. Their team is interesting. I don't know whether it's... I feel like it's not optimized, but I think neither is ours. Some teams can't really start with an optimized team. But there's our beautiful team. Vampires, of course, showing off by levitating their helmets for no reason. But yeah, I've been looking forward to playing these guys, even though the one time I tried them before for a couple of games, I think we just lost 2 games, and I was like, I don't know how to play these guys. But fingers crossed we play a little better this time. Okay, they get to make the decision whether to attack or defend. In this situation, they probably want to attack. Try and get some good violence going right from the off. The nice thing about our team is we have 4 strength 4 players and 4 agility 4 players. Now the fact that those are all the same player is neither here nor there. It's still quite handy. They only have 1 strength 4 player, so we do quite like that. What am I doing? Oh, he's set up in defense. Okay. There's me desperately trying to move my vampire back with no success. So yeah, the vampire is obviously pretty cool. I opted to get all... I think that's the other thing some people do, is they'll pick just 3 vampires to start with the extra reroll, and maybe an extra thrall, because the vamps are relatively expensive, obviously. But I want to maximize the oppositionals here. We'll go with Heyman. I think Heyman was the one that was getting our touchdowns on that. Not that that's anything necessary to go by on the other team. So I guess I don't necessarily like this, but I guess we're gonna try and block this front line down. It's a bit of a trap in the sense that we don't have block, but you know, if it fails, it fails. if we attempt to secure the ball first, then that's something at least. Okay, so they now have 5 rerolls, which is pretty handy. I should bring a thrall back. I just realised I should bring a thrall back in case of bad bloodlust. So everything is a little bit dangerous here. Okay, solid start, because now we can push forwards on that. Oh, very nice. And we can bring a thrall back in case we need to bite him. I should have started one of those in the backfield. That's me not not understanding my own team. Could go for the blitz here. Okay, no real joy there. Do we try and pick up the ball next? I don't think we're going to reroll if we fail, so I guess we're going to take some blocks. We could move you up, perhaps. No, let's not move. Let's not move players like like vampires at least one space if we don't have to. Now, if any of these blocks fail, unfortunately, we just have to let it go, I think. So far, so good. Oh, extra solid. Getting a Chaos Dwarf out is even better than getting a Hobgoblin out. Very unexpected. So yeah, really solid blocking vampire side this to start off with. I'm going to leave this guy back here for now. Yeah, I think I'm happy with where my vamps are. Okay, so we failed the Bloodlust, so we're going to skip that. Because we can still make it back to this guy. Okay, we do have to try and reroll this now. Because if we don't get back up here, this guy's running off the field straight away. Good news is that doesn't turn over, so not the biggest disaster in the world. And I think I'm just going to call it there. No need. I don't have anywhere I need this guy, so we'll just leave it at that. So, in case you don't know, because you don't see vampires very often, they come with regeneration, which is a 4+ chance to ignore an injury when they get injured. That's nice. Oh no. Don't do that. They come with Hypnotic Gaze, which can be really useful on defense. Or offense if you're in a pinch. You can try and Hypnotic Gaze to just like take away tackle zones so you can just run on through. A handy little skill that you don't necessarily use all the time, but it can be super helpful at the right moment. And then Bloodlust. So with Bloodlust, every time you do anything with a vampire, every time you activate them to do something, you roll a d6, and on a 1, they fail their Bloodlust, and they have to... they basically have to get to a thrall and bite them. If they can't get to a thrall, you turn over and the vampire runs into the reserves. I guess technically he goes to feed on the spectator. And he does that at the end of the action, so you can kind of do everything that you have to do, but you have to get back to a thrall by the end of it. So it's a really interesting... Vampires are both your best players and your least reliable players. It's a really interesting dynamic. I believe you can bite people that are already down, though. So I could technically bite this guy again. He has higher armor, so he might go for that. No, he went for the reroll. He's got 5 rerolls. Why wouldn't you? So he's just going for the big stand-up here. But he's kind of stuck there now. That's not a high chance foul, but it looks like he's going to try and foul us, so removing some hobgoblins to make that less appetizing, I wouldn't mind. I think we're going to try and push this way initially. We might come through for a blitz on this hobgoblin. Like, we should stand. No. Yeah, we should stand our vampire up. Okay, so he's safe, which is nice. And let's actually pop him on this hobgoblin. Oh, that's... I don't know if that was a good idea there. Well, it wasn't, because there's no thrall close by, so if I try and throw a block... and... yeah, that could be a problem. So I guess we'll actually come through with this guy to do the splits, because if something goes wrong, at least this guy is somewhat back here to help out. Yeah, something went wrong. So we're down 2 rerolls. We did at least knock him over there. So now we should try and move over here. Okay, that's all right, ultimately. We've used our reroll, so any bloodlusts here are... well, it's all good now, because we're done. So, let's see. Alright. I think in this case we'll actually stay. I could bring this guy over here now. I think that's actually not a bad idea, because it kind of clogs up these guys as well. As well as providing some close by help for him. Okay. I figured that was in the offing. Ooh, Alan. Elaine. Elaine? Alen? Alen, maybe? Alright, so currently we're technically even on numbers. I say technically, we're just even on numbers. We both had an injury. Ours was less bad, but obviously the less thralls you have, the less guys you have to bite. The more vampires might decide to run off the field. I feel reasonable about our position. A lot of people use thralls as a ball carrier as well, because that frees up your vampires to actually do vampire stuff. It may be worth us. I really don't know what the standard things for vampires to take are, so we're going to learn as we go along. But yeah, we might give one sure hands or something, so that we can free up all of our vampires to do, you know, the other work. So yeah, the first turn was really good. The second turn I would definitely say was worse, because we used our second reroll already. And we got ourselves in, you know, like, in a bad place, so... No, they're just gonna hit these guys down. So this would be a 1 dice unless he decides to bring this guy over. Which we'd kind of like him to in a way. And he's got a 1 dice here. Unless he brings this guy here. Ah, that worked out for him. Probably wants to push him here. No, he pushed him next to us, that's nice. That probably doesn't matter. No, it's fine actually. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because you got the 2 dice on the vampire now. So we're a little worse the wear, and we don't really have a thrall anymore to send with our vampires. So there are some problems cropping up. Sir Volta is KO'd. We'll skip that. Is he going to try the 1 dice on the vamp? Oh dear. So he's knocked most of our team over this turn. Okay, so gonna have to play a little conservative here. Okay, we're going to be biting this guy, unfortunately. Oh, I can still... I declared the blitz, so... we are good to still make the move. And I'm going to follow as well, just to lock him in place. And then it's time for biting. It's a pity they never sorted out the fact that the blood all squirts out the back of his collar, but what can you do? So yeah, I dropped back because I didn't want to get too far ahead of our thralls in case bloodlust started failing. And plus, they got 3 guys over here. We don't really have much good in the way of numbers right now. It'd be nice if we can keep these 2 thralls from getting stunned this turn, because maybe we can progress them with our vampires. Will Heyman ever get up there and score? Who can say? Okay, maybe just screening us off for now. Probably depends on how much they can knock over here. Okay. So this guy's now free for whatever he wants. So yeah, this is why vampires, you wouldn't necessarily consider them a top tier team. Any team where you have to roll dice before you do actions is not great. That's why big guys are generally frowned upon. Even though a lot of them have just a 2+ roll for that, it's a problem. And when you have 4 guys that have to do that, it's just going to get you in trouble a lot. Need another guy over there unless you're going to pull off some more 1 dice blocks. Good. Okay, you're blitzing there. And then maybe bring this guy over here. Or is he just going to bring this guy here and do a 1 dice block here? So we could potentially try and get through here. Does he follow, or does he free me up? Okay, he frees me up. So yeah, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4 blitz. Because we do have this guy standing, or laying here, as a just in case. Okay, we knocked him over, that's very nice. We injured him, that's extra nice. Good work, Sir Jocelyn. And where are we gonna go? Do we drop back? I think this guy drops back. You come through. You also come through. Could do this. As we're not rolling bloodlust this turn, may as well. So yeah, we're not necessarily, well, we're definitely not in a safe position, but we're doing what we can. We don't want to spend too much time in our half. Because it could get late, too late in the half to get up there. Okay, pushes are nice even though he's freed up that guy. Unless he's going to push me here and have another block. No, he wants this guy moving around, I guess. Or he might move him over here, do a... I don't know. No, he can't now because he didn't push this guy over. Karak is holding firm. I think the first of our guys to actually stand up after being hit. Yeah, he probably wants to... knocking this guy over isn't as easy as it looks. Because there's a little blocker on him coming through here, which is nice. And same for this guy. So if he moves him here, he can knock him over. To here. Okay, he's knocking him that way. Does that free this guy up to come through though? Or did he get in his own way? He's kind of in his own way at the moment. So that is nice. This guy being here is excellent. It looks like maybe he's going to blitz this guy. Reynard. And then maybe swing his Bull Centaur over. The Bull Centaur is his most powerful tool in trying to get this ball free here. Okay, going for the 1 dice first. Does that mean the Centaur's coming through? Well, I wish he'd fail some of these 1 dice, but I mean, a push is effectively a fail for him. So I assume he's going to battering ram in his way up here somewhere. If he battering rams here, he could set up an assist for... well, it wouldn't be an easy one though. Okay, his sure feet really helped him out there. So he's going to 1 dice here. Which way is he going to push? This way? Okay, he's pushing that way. So no 1 dice for the Hobgoblin. It's 2 dice against now. Oh, he's dodging. He could have pushed him differently to that, but... Okay, no armor break unfortunately, but you can't have everything, eh? Now if I put this guy here, I can do this block. So I think we're going to do that. You're a thrall, so you can just stand up. I think ultimately you're probably just standing up. Then we're going to try this. And we're going to stay in contact there, because it kind of clears our guy to come through here. And I think we're going to try and go for this blitz. Very nice, we got him over. And we'll just keep him in contact here so he can't really move very easily. Are you willing to move? Yes, okay. So we'll pop you up here. Okay, that's nice. We didn't fail the bloodlust, which means we can follow this up. Yeah, this way. And we'll just keep these guys based up. Alright, that was pretty reasonable. You know what the problem is? Running the ball in? I don't know how it works when you run the ball in. I assume you're okay. But before any passing, handing off or scoring. Okay, so you have to do it before you do any passing, handing off or scoring. You must feed. So we'd need, if we fail it, we'd need a thrall next to the touchline. Otherwise, I'm not sure what happens. I guess you just drop the ball and run off the field if you don't have a thrall to feed on. Okay, that's quite risky because it's a 50-50 dodge followed by a 2 dice against block. He's going to reroll that. That's excellent. Okay, so you're a thrall. Hammer. So I think what we attempt here is to blitz this guy and then free our thrall up to head up the field. We knocked him over, that's excellent. Because that means, well, we can kind of move up here somewhat safely. Okay. We're going to move up to here. Now here's where things get a little bit more risky. I think what we do is this, and if it fails, we unfortunately just let the turn over. But if it succeeds, we give ourselves assist for a block here, and we could potentially block with our vampire there. Very nice. We'll follow that. Okay, so we can't follow up on this, but we can at least knock him over. That's unfortunate. I think he would automatically bite, but I'm just going to select it just to be on the safe side. Okay, and yeah, we leave it there. They're a really interesting team, but with huge potential to be highly frustrating. So he can free up the bull centaur. Now, the Centaur can get a decent ways upfield, but he can't contact this guy, so the question is he going to try and contact this guy? Because if he doesn't, honestly we might score next turn, even though it gives him 2 turns to score. Because Chaos Dwarfs aren't the best at scoring in 2 turns, especially with only 1 Bull Centaur with no skills. They can do it, but I don't know, we'll see what the pressure looks like. See, there's a little bit of pressure already, which I don't like. Okay, down goes Carrick. That's a 1. Okay, going for the 1 dice. One of these days he's going to roll a skull followed by a skull and make our turn easy, but he's willing to go for those 1 dice. He's probably going to do a 1 dice here as well. Free up this guy. That's enough. You can just push him here. So now the Centaur is free to roam up the field. Is he going to maybe blitz in here? Oh, interesting. Probably reroll. Okay, so yeah, we're going to try and score this turn. And I think it will be a definite thing. Just in case I'm wrong. I'd love to screen this out another turn, but this is too much pressure. Theoretically, I can hold it off, but no. I think we score. Oh, oh no. I forgot that this was a vampire. No, I've got to use the reroll here. We failed. Okay. So now we have to not roll another one. And we have to bite this guy. Which is going to be real bad, because I was going to move this guy up. Oh. Okay, this could be our first disastrous mistake of the campaign. Because if I fail my Bloodlust here... Whew. Okay, I didn't. Oh, boy. So yeah, paying attention to which character... Which I've done pretty well the rest of the half, but I just kind of forgot there. That's a pretty cool celebration. Let's just say mistakes were made. But only the 1 mistake, and we were holding on to our... Oh, our vampire coming back is very nice. So... we have to give them the thralls there. We're down a player. I think we do this. We have a nice long line of vampires, which is awkward to punch through. Yeah, let's see how this works. I don't really know ideal setups with these guys. Let's have a look at our mean vampiric line. Try and get a cool camera angle there. I guess they're messing with their cravats there. Yep. They're pretty nifty, let's face it. Okay, let's switch the camera back. And hope for the best. Okay, so it's not a perfect kick for him. not perfect. Better kick for us would have been up here, but it's kind of away from the direction he wants to go, so we like that. He's only got one reroll left. We have none though, so our defense is going to be scary. Okay, that's good. I'm just looking down. It looks like I got my camera out of the way of the timer now. Our Bretonian games, I noticed afterwards that the camera was kind of covering up the timer. And it's kind of a key part of the game to be able to see that, so I wanted to free that up a little bit. Okay, knocked our front line down, no problems. Stunned 2 of them. What is the plan there? Punch a hole through, I guess? Okay. What's that for? Because that's not providing an assist there. You'd want to go here, really. That's also not providing an assist. Is he just going to, like, blitz? Is he going to pass the ball to this guy and blitz his way through? He's going for a foul first, so I guess he's not feeling like the chances of scoring are good. Ah, got away with it. So what's the plan? Yeah, okay, he's going to throw over here. I assume to this guy, although he could use this guy to... I don't know. Let's just see. He hasn't left himself with the best options. Oh, the touchdown is still on. So now he just pile drivers through the side here. So we may not be able to defend this, which it would be sad. Okay, if he goes there, we should be able to, because we should be able to put a thrall in place and then blitz with the vampire. Yeah, okay. So he's going to come through here, but even with his huge movement, he can't outrun us. And that's a great result now, because that means he's got one less square to move. Doesn't need to use all of his stuff though, he could probably just get to here. Okay, he's used the last one as well. It worked out. Can you get over there? You can't. Not without some GFI malarkey. So we have to go for this first. Do you really do anything? Only if you... I mean, you could maybe help block up things if you're here. 2, 3... Okay, solid. You know what? We'll push it here, because he can't score anyway. We will stay, because we don't want to pick up the ball here. And we will bite old Yanin, I think that was. I didn't get to see it very well. Then I think we're going to try, depending on how things go here, to get a vanity pass. We won't succeed, because we have agility 4, so there's no need to follow. Oh dear, we failed Bloodlust. Now I wonder what happens if you fail to pick up the ball. I wonder if you... Interesting. I guess we'll get to see here. Okay, so that's right. We do the bite first, and this is where you do the bite first, I think. Okay, we were due a KO, let's be honest. Good vanity pass there. Yeah, we'll call it there. There may be some wisdom in actually running our vampires back, and if they bloodlust, it's okay because they just run off into reserves for the next half. Yeah, yeah, okay. So that's worth thinking about for the future. Looks like he's going to blitz the guy right there, though. I think you go for the blitz before you go for the foul. Taking out a vampire would be so much more exciting than taking out a thrall. Let's face it. So Reynard did some solid work there. Heyman has some SPP, and I think perfect. I think old I haven't quite got their names down yet. This guy over here, I think, has an injury to his name. Off go the teams. They are down 3, we're down 2. So, you know, overall we're still kind of holding on the numbers game, but our thrall game is dropping, obviously, which is not ideal. I think we'll just do that to keep them sort of theoretically within reach. So he's down 2 hobgoblins. So he's got 2 guys that are good at handling the ball left. So yeah, Jocelyn... Okay, Jocelyn has got the injury earlier, so that's great. So we have 3 vamps who are like MVP ready. And then we have Servolta the False, who isn't. Both teams lose a turn. Currently I'm okay with that. But we'll see how things go. He might try and get the ball to the bull centaur, but if he does, the positive of that is that his strength in his team has the ball. If he goes with a hobgoblin, the positive is it's easier to get the ball off him. So, you know, I suppose we could look on the bright side, whoever picks up the ball here. Yeah, I think the decision by him in the first half to set up 5 Chaos Dwarfs along the front line ultimately hurt him a little bit because it literally hurt one of his blockers. So that is the danger of setting up a full front line. I believe he was trying to make it awkward for us to knock down his whole front line. Like, I can understand the psychology behind it because you're like, well, they're unlikely to injure me, and you know they could very easily roll a bad block. But you can very easily not roll a bad block, and it's not that hard to roll 10 on 2d6, so it's why generally people only set up 3. Okay, so Janin is now out of there. We will not have him next game, which is most unfortunate. And we are down to 3 thralls, which could start to become a problem. Well, 4, maybe 3. Let's see. No, Garroy's holding in there. So we're currently at a thrall per vampire, if you want to look at it that way. Which is a bit scary. Okay, no problem on the pickup. He's probably just going to sit back there. No. Okay. Okay, interesting. So we have an opportunity now. So what we could do is take this guy through here. Have a presence on the ball and have presence on the bull centaur. We could even use our hypnotic gaze, but it does take 2 2+ rolls to do that. I think we're going to try it though. Okay, we passed our bloodlust. No reason not to go for a hypnotic gaze here. Shouldn't affect a whole lot, but it could do if he kind of forgets about it. Okay, now we could potentially run through and try a blitz here as well. I think we're going to pop this guy here in case we need him. And we might change the blitz target to the hobgoblin. If things go wrong here. Oh, you know what? We could pick up the ball here now. Huh. Okay, can you get to... You can get to here with a... I want a thrall next to the ball. Okay, what we're going to try is we're going to try picking up the ball here. I forgot that the centaur was not given off any tackle zones. Okay, I think we do reroll just because we... I mean, we may fail. Such is life. Oh. 12, wow, that's 4 in a row. Did we regen? I guess we're going to try an Apo. Look how many 6s we just rolled in a row. Oh, and then we rolled another 6 in a row. Oh boy, what a roller coaster ride that was. So just for reference, we did... Okay, so it was going well. We were like... Well, it wasn't. We were like 1-6. It was like a 1-6 fest there. So we failed our dodge. We re-rolled our dodge, got a 6. Then we went back to a 1, and then we rolled 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's 8 6s in a row. Which is both magnificent and crazy. I don't even know what to make of that. So yeah, this guy will be able to block us, unfortunately, now. Which is why I wanted to knock him over. Wow, that was quite a series of dice. I mean, it didn't all have to be 6s to get the same result, but still. I think you can die... I'm not sure what the range is. I think you die on a 60 anything, if I remember right. But still, we've pushed the ball. The bad thing is we've used our Apo. The good thing is we've pushed the ball back a little bit, and of course they are low on turns. So, you know, that's nice. Heyman, you just went through quite a series of events there. I guess we could have not used the Apo and still... we could have just done the... If we had known it was just 6s, we could have relied on that. Okay, that's probably a reroll. It's not a reroll. Oh, that wasn't a blitz, so he still has his blitz. Oh, he went for that guy? Okay. I feel like he could have fairly easily got a 2 dice on the ball and then a blitz as well, but I wasn't paying much attention. I was still reeling from the last turn, because now this guy can't really get to him. I'm telling you, you can't really get to him. Well, you can 1 dice this guy. That's a 1 dice. Wow, what a sequence of events we're having here. So how do we get out of here is the question. And I don't know the answer yet. Okay, we're getting some pushes this turn, which is nice. I think it's probably fairly obvious but it's fairly obvious to see that Blodge is your kind of initial go-to for vamps. Okay, I don't see any great chain pushes. Could I potentially... If I get somebody on these guys, I could potentially blitz my way out. Boy, I don't know if I can get somebody on both of those guys there. Because... Well, I could do it like that. So I could do it for GFI. And then potentially bring this guy around here. Although, I don't think I could do that until... Oh, hang on. This guy can do it. Now, theoretically... Yeah, no, doing a side push doesn't work here. You, my thrally friend, just stand up. Yeah, I think we're going with the blitz out plan. It is not my favourite plan. We'll get a thrall here. I can't get him right there, but we are blitzing, so we can dodge over there in desperation if we need to. Blitz. Okay, so not quite what we were hoping for, but it does move him, and we passed our bloodlust. So now we're going in for the dodge. Now we come in here. Oh boy, that's not the best, is it? That's better. Okay, good stuff. And let's do one of those one dice block things. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, that's pretty decent. So will we get this ball in? I mean, centaurs can run very fast, so probably not. But the prospect is exciting, right? That was a good turn, honestly. The one thing that would have made it almost perfect is knocking over the whole goblin, because then they wouldn't have been able to get an assist, whereas now, with some GFIing, they can get an assist before they bring in a centaur for the blitz. If we'd knocked him over on the way out, that would have been really hard for them to knock out the ball and secure it. Now, there's a more reasonable chance of that, but honestly, can't really complain. 8 6s though. That was crazy. But mostly in a good way. Okay, so yeah, he's coming in for the assist, and he's going to 2-dice it with this guy, which makes sense. I would do the same, come in probably over the top, knock me away from the end zone. Although it would knock me... If he comes in from this direction, he can potentially shield it from my other vamps. So, that's a tricky decision. But usually you want to knock away from the end zone, so it's harder for them to pick it up, back up, and get back in. Ideally for him, he wants to stand this guy up with somebody. So he can use this guy now. Get him stood on here, that way I don't have a thrall to use as a, you know, helper. Yep, right there. So, yeah, that's problematic. Okay. Yeah, he's having the same thoughts. Like, do I go from the front? Do I go from the back? Ooh. That's going to be rerolled because you can't let me score again. Rats. You could have let me score again, you know. So down goes Jocelyn. In an armor broken way, which is not the best way to fall over. Ball is in an okay place, honestly. I could potentially try some shenanigans here. So I could go... Okay, if I do that... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on. Oh, but there is tackle zones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could go that way round. Yeah. So basically I'm thinking we go here, we try and hypnotic gaze, then we run over, try and pick up the ball and just head in. It is fraught with problems. That being one of them. I think in this circumstance we're going to try and reroll that. Okay, we passed that, which is nice. Now, are you willing to do this? I mean, no, we shouldn't go there, and the reason is, if we go in the corner, the chances of the ball scattering out are huge. If we go here, the chances of the ball scattering out are a little less. Well, they're a decent chunk less, actually. Assuming, you know, if we were to pick up the ball and fall over here, it is less likely to go out, and we want it to stay in this area when this fails, but that's all assuming that we make 4 rolls here. 5 rolls, maybe? Okay, so we failed that one, but there you go. It stayed in. That's we would rather have it up here because it's a long way for them to come all the way down here and score. That's a crazy game, isn't it? I suppose there's an argument to say we could have just held on to the ball there. That's a pretty good argument as well. But that said, had we have rolled that, we go in and we win the game, so... You know. It wasn't... It's not like we're trying to roll a 5 or 6 to win the game, we're trying to roll a couple more 2s. So I think that was actually pretty reasonable. Gotta try and always keep all of your percentages, where you're at in the game, things in your mind. I think both courses of action were actually pretty reasonable. But I think with the numbers as they are, 3 there, 3, 4 for us, out, I think trying to put another ball in the end zone is not the worst idea. But now, would I be saying that if I had fallen over here, the ball had scattered out, and then the ball had scattered down to here, next to their hobgoblin? No, I would not. I'd say, why didn't I just stay up? Make him blitz me. So I guess he's going to maybe blitz here. But he's going to have to run down this field like a madman. Oh, if he failed to pick up the ball here, that would actually be disastrous. I hadn't considered that. Don't think you reroll that, because you just push him down here, follow up. He's not in the best place, you can maybe surf him next time. Or there, actually makes sense as well. But yeah, if the hobgoblin doesn't pick this up, we can potentially just like, yeah, it's always scary picking up on the edge. Okay, he did pick it up, but he's had to go around this way now. We have 3 vampires up here. Okay, we do have a free thrall here. Oh, okay, that is one way to move the ball. Is he doing it? Oh, you're handing it off to this guy? I mean... Okay. Okay. I don't know what to think about that, really. Thrall, you stand up. Thrall... Let's go here. No, let's not give him a free block. Because we've already got this guy here. Thrall, stand up. Thrall, stand up. Thrall, stand here. This is a little tricky, isn't it? I guess we see if we pass this or not, because that will decide if we go all the way around, or if we go maybe here. Here actually makes more sense. Because now we can blitz on a 2 dice. Okay, that is good. Wow. Jocelyn is a brute. But not the best at running. I think we have to reroll that. Bye, rerolls. Okay, that's something. Yeah, I mean we have to try this, right? Gotta try and get away from the edge here. Of course, had I failed my bloodlust, I'd be running off the field, but honestly, I was going to get pushed off or whatnot anyway, so... Easy come, easy go. Okay, this is somebody that we want the ball on right now, because obviously he can come, you know, he can get back over here and do us some mischief, but it's over here, it's not over here. I'm still not sure about the handoff to the Chaos Dwarf. That was really bizarre. I think if you're going to do a desperation throw to anybody, it would be the Hobgoblin, because the Chaos Dwarfs go so much slower. You're looking at 6 per turn rather than 8 per turn. But, you know, he's not in an excellent position anyway, so it's all good. He'd have to put a lot of resources into surfing this guy right now as well, which is nice. So I feel like he's going to stay on the pitch. Because he's actually pushing him behind his guy, so now, unless he brings this guy over here, and then dodges out here, and yeah, it's not worth it. So I think he's going for the 1 dice on the vamp. It's a 2-up not to completely fail, so it should be pretty good odds. Probably reroll that, because otherwise we're looking at a 2+ dodge out to score. Gotta play the big money here. Got a good chance knocking me down. Did not. Okay. Outside of some rough luck now, fingers crossed, I think we may have this. Will all our guys survive? Maybe not. What you waiting on? Doing a dramatic pause to try and get the automatic injury. It's a thing. That's not a thing. Just always feels like it. Oh, that's classic. Okay, that's a reroll if I've given up. Because there's... that reroll doesn't... I suppose the most it does is keep your hope alive that this guy can score, but I don't think he can even. He's way too far away. So that was like, I guess I'll go for an injury kind of roll. So what we do here is we blitz here. I don't know if I can get round, actually. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I can't get round. Huh. Blocked off myself. Well, I guess we go here. And we attempt the score. And if we fail the bloodlust, we just stand next to this guy instead. Okay, we're good. Wow, so Jocelyn has bossed this match. Injuring 2 players and picking up the ball for the touchdown. Great, great, great stuff, Sir Jocelyn. So yeah, their Hobgoblin armor did fail them a little bit, as you'd expect, although 2 Chaos Dwarfs going out is a bit unfortunate as well. And now we're just going to play the game of let's stand at the back. I don't think any of these guys have SPP. Oh, they do. Carrack got an injury that, well, that is unfortunate if he decides to down us, but what can you do? So we have 1 missing for next game, so even if we do manage to have enough money to buy somebody in, we'll still be on 11. We'll just have a new guy instead of a loner. Alright, let's see what the plan is here. Gilroy. That's the way to take a hit. Gilroy LaLoop. Who's up next? Stephen LaFerus. That's the way to take a hit. And Carrack LeCourtois. Even better. You are a safe man. Apart from being an after game snack. But alright, what are we going to do on turn 15? Absolutely nothing. I would not be surprised to be fouled here, but it's a thrall, so... Yeah, going for the SVP probably makes more sense. I think I'd be trying with my Centaur, honestly. But, I mean, a couple of level ups on the Hobgoblins ain't bad. Get us a Sure Hands one, maybe. Maybe a Wrestle one, could go for a Dirty Player one. You have not left him quite in my reach. Well, good game, opponent. You going to do a handoff just for funsies? Yep. Huh. Good work. I feel like they should get a +1 to fouling, really, shouldn't they? With those giant hooves. And that's the end of the game. Because we're not doing anything on turn 16. And there we go, in with a victory from the first game. And a level up on a vampire. I feel pretty happy about that. That's a great celebration. Alright. I'm not going to re-roll that. And I think I'm actually not going to... Oh wow, Justin taking all the MVP stuff. Which is fine, honestly. Getting a blodger guy would actually be pretty handy. Or I guess if any of them roll doubles, we'll probably mighty blow them up. Blow them up. Yeah, they out armor broke us, which makes sense on the whole, I think. They outblocked us, so definitely makes sense. But I think we had a reasonable game. We did use all of our rerolls, so we rolled some rolled some ones, but we do a lot of rolls. I guess we could just have a quick look at our bloodlust, see how that went. I think it went alright, honestly. Let's see. Bloodlust, 80%, yeah. Dodging reasonable. Pickup's great. Yeah. Wake up after KO is not so great, but whatevs. Most of these there's hardly any rolls, so going like 100% catch. I'm not sure if that's good or not. I can never remember how it works. I think that's bad because I think that involved in that is our dead. But you know, regen did work. Very importantly, because being down a vampire from the start would have been pretty classic for us. But yes, so Jocelyn just taking all the SPP. I mean, that's crazy. But not bad. So we're going to save it. We're not going to buy our next player because we would not... The only thing we gain is one of our thralls not being a loner. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to save... If we have enough money to buy 2 thralls at a time, maybe we do that. But if we don't, we wait till we hit 140, get the 4th reroll, and then start bringing thralls back in. Because I think this team would really benefit from that 4th reroll just to help with those bloodlusts at bad moments. I can see why people run 4 rerolls on these guys. For sure. So what do they have access to? Okay, they actually have access to all of them. Still, block is the way to go. Ooh. Agility 5. Oh no! I don't know if I get it. I mean, I love Agility 5. We could potentially give this guy all sorts of things. We could give him Leap. Oh boy, we could give him Leap and Strip Ball. This guy could be a nightmare. But it puts his progression of getting essential skills like block and dodge down a little bit. And he's already Agility 4. But a Strength 4 Agility 5 guy is pretty tasty. I think I have to do it, right? It's not gonna... It's like a long-term strategy. And let's face it, we're playing for fun, so we should take the funky level ups. I may look back and think, why did I not take Agility 5? That said, I may next game keep getting knocked over, get him injured, and say, why didn't I take block? But that's the nature of Blood Bowl. You always pick the skill that you don't end up needing. So what we're looking at right now is, I guess depending on what order people are watching these in, I won't talk about the other team in case somebody's like, hey, I want to watch vampires first. Oh, sorry, dog barking. Yeah, somebody may say, I want to watch all the vampire ones first, or the Bretonian ones first. So I should probably, for now, try and hold off from that, but I won't mention the Brets. But a good start for In Death Malice. Very happy with that. And yeah, I will catch you for the next game. Bye for now.